Come in.
How you doing, sir?
How's it going?
What's the chamado?
Hey, Diego. How's it going?
It's going pretty good.
You good? Can you go ahead and tell me a little bit about yourself?
Uh, I've been an OT for the past, I'm gonna say like 3.5 years, working in different settings. I started working in pediatrics and then did a little of PRN and geriatrics as well. But I've been here and there for the last 3 years.
Okay. Why are you looking for another job right now?
There was a little misunderstanding in the previous job. They were considered something ethical, but to me it was normal. I saw it one way, they saw it a different way. So we got into a little bit of misunderstanding, and I opted to look for another job.
Can you go ahead and tell me a little bit on what happened?
It's something about the regulations in Medicare, Medicaid. I was not supposedly the codes were incorrect. They were accusing me of using different codes for something I was not doing when I was doing them. So they didn't have proof, so I thought it was unethical from their part. But then they turned it back to me.
Okay. Um, so what would you say your specialty is? What kind of population or setting?
Since I've been OTR for the last 3 years, I quite don't know what my specialty is. I'm still trying to find what I really want to do and with the specific population I want to work with. I say right now that I'm feel confident in settings in pediatrics, geriatrics, and probably even orthotics.
Okay. So in your previous jobs, how many patients would you see a day?
We were looking for like an hour to an hour 20 minutes per session. So I was, and there was no cancellations or, um, and so I can see enough people and provide the proper care and proper therapy for them. I'm looking for like probably 6 to 9 patients a day.
Okay. All right. What would you say is one of your greatest abilities or strengths?
I'm really patient. So my main goal is to care for the goals of my patients. So once I find out what their goals are, and even though they don't meet my expectations as a therapist, I try to implement more time and let's try my best and don't push them as hard. I just give them time to follow up with their goals.
All right. Okay. How did you hear about us?
A friend told me about this clinic. Uh, I think one of the employees is friend of his, and he recommended me and told me about this clinic, and I heard that I was really efficient and pay was really
Okay. Um, there's a lot of OTs applying for this job right now. What makes you more qualified than the others?
maybe. I mean, like I said, I only had 3 years experience. Maybe the experience is if it's the experience what you're looking for, maybe I'm not a candidate for this job, but I do have confidence in myself, and I know that I'm a fast learner and I can keep up
Okay.
and I can do pretty much. I'm trying to implement it and gather more knowledge as an OTR.
All right. If I go ahead and contact your previous employers and coworkers, what would they say about you?
Uh, I never had any problems with my coworkers. Like I said before, the only misunderstanding was with the clinical instructor from that facility regarding the Medicaid and Medicare issues, but they probably say that I'm really not easy to work with, and I don't think um, they'll say anything bad about
Okay. So under a situation that is very stressful, how do you manage stress and how do you deal working under pressure?
me. I'm really patient, but if I mean sometimes if if something I cannot handle, I tend to I really tend to just keep it to myself, but sometimes it doesn't. People take it the wrong way. Maybe my expressions, even though I'm trying to hide them, um, sometimes I cannot do anything about it, and they probably show.
Okay. Is there, what would you say what frustrates you? What gets you frustrated during the job?
Uh, Maybe other employees not putting stuff together, leaving equipment all over the place, uh, interrupting my sessions. I think is one of the biggest ones. Um, I think my main focus is my client, so I don't need any other thing to distract them when I'm
So,
doing my session.
so you're saying a mess in the clinic and other therapists interrupting you during your session. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, yes. If they're gonna grab any assessments, I would like them to please return it and I have it all over.
Okay. Are you currently applying for any other jobs?
Yes. There's a couple more clinics in a hospital I'm applying. This is my second interview this day.
Okay. Have um, have any of them gotten back to you?
Yes, sir. I had a call this morning. Uh, I mean, I had my interview this morning, so before this interview, I actually had a follow-up call, and they're asking me to come back tomorrow.
Okay. Congratulations.
Thank
Um, in a team, how do you how do you manage to be a team player and able to work with physicians, nurses, PTs, other OTs, speech therapists, and everybody involved in the clinic?
you. If the patient or client requires multiple therapists, like a PTOT, speech pathologist, and maybe something else, as long as all sessions go accordingly to to the main goal, I don't have any problem. But if they jump around and maybe PT interferes with what OT is supposed to do, or vice versa, I mean, I will not I will not recommend or I will not be interested in working in a team if they're gonna make my patient regress instead of progress.
Okay. What would you say your what is your weakness? What's your biggest weakness?
Right now, uh, I'm probably gonna say that I don't have a lot of knowledge in the settings of geriatrics. I mostly work with pediatrics. I'm always only a PRN in geriatrics, so this facility will implement and will broaden my knowledge, and I don't want to get stuck in only one setting. I want to get more knowledge about. So I will say that working with geriatrics might be my biggest weakness.
Okay. So considering that, would you say that you would be a quick learner? Would you catch everything?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Knowledge is here. I mean, I have the knowledge. I just need to implement it, and naturally, with school and everything, and reading different assessment tools, I think I won't have a problem. But right now, I would say it's a weakness, but not as I cannot perform.
Okay. What would you say is a way that you will be able to learn what you need to learn in order to provide the best care for your patients?
Working hard, having multiple patients, different diagnoses, and maybe starting off shadowing someone. Uh, but I think I feel really confident that I can do what this job is required to do.
Okay. How do you work? Have you ever had any problems with your supervisors, things like that?
The only problem I had was like the previous one I said. Um, if you end up considering me for this job and you actually give them a call, they will explain it the way they will explain it. And if you need further information from me, more explanation from me, I can provide it. I can show the documentation because I do write every single session. I do follow up in my notes and uh, I post all my notes on my computer. So everything that happens, either with a client or a colleague or a clinical instructor, it's in my log.
Okay. Well, how do you see yourself in the future?
I see myself maybe working in this facility. Uh, of course, with the goal of actually one day maybe opening a clinic or just being a CI for a clinic as well.
Okay. On your previous job, that incident that you had, did they ever report it to the board or anything like that? Have you ever been suspended? Have your license suspended?
First, it's under investigation, but it's not under investigation from the board, from the OT board. It's actually under investigation from the federal laws. So right now, it's a clinic investigation. It's the clinic who's being investigated, not myself. So if it goes further, maybe if they do end up finding something, which I doubt it, maybe so it could be implemented into going to the OT board.
Okay. Have you ever been convicted of a felony?
No, sir.
No? Are you currently ill? Do you have any illnesses?
No.
No? Okay. Do you have any questions about the clinic or questions about?
Pretty much the pay, like how many patients can I see per day. This clinic also involving home health.
Currently, there's a range that we offer for the position. It's between $30 to $35 an hour, depending on your experience. You would be seeing, of course, under the supervision of your OTR, you would be seeing a minimum of 6 patients a day. 6 to ranges up depending on how many minutes each patient requires. And as far as home health, we don't have a home health working currently right now, but we are working on an outpatient clinic. So we're gonna eventually start. We're growing, and we're eventually gonna have an outpatient clinic as well. Do you have any other questions?
No. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Have a good day.